Peregrine falcon. The peregrine falcon is the fastest creature on Earth and is found in all of its parts except for some places in Antarctica, high mountains and tropical forests, which makes it the most prevalent predatory bird all over the world. Under the peregrine falcon family, there are 19 subfamilies, and the family means those animals that can reproduce with each other and produce offspring that can reproduce as well. For example, the African elephant and the Indian elephant may look similar in terms of shape, but in fact they cannot reproduce. All subspecies of peregrine falcon can reproduce with each other and are classified only according to the geographical areas in which they live. The most famous of them is the peregrine falcon and lives in Eurasia, where it settles in Europe, but it also migrates to Asia. There is the long-legged Australian peregrine, the Bailey peregrine, which is the largest species and lives near to the polar regions, and the little peregrine that lives stable in separate places in Africa. It has a dark black color and is the smallest type of peregrine. The length of the peregrine falcon ranges between 34 to 58 centimeters, and its length between the wings reaches 120 centimeters. The weight of the female is between 900 to 1500 grams, but the male is lighter, weighing between 400 and 1000 grams. It lives in the wild for up to 17 years. Also 60% of them do not exceed the first year. Peregrine falcon feeds on medium-sized birds, as it is estimated that it feeds on nearly 2,000 different species of birds around the world, from hummingbirds to Canadian cranes. As I mentioned before, peregrine falcon is the fastest of all creatures. It swoops down from the sky vertically at a speed of up to 389 kilometers per hour. The peregrine also builds nests in the high mountains, high areas and the edges of the slopes. But recently, many of them have moved to cities where food is plentiful and are building their nests on skyscrapers and tall buildings. Here in the capital of Italy, where the peregrine falcon stands in search of food, and is distinguished by its exceptional eyesight, which enables it to see very clearly over a distance of 2 kilometers. The wings of the peregrine falcon have a distinctive shape. Their edges are sharp and pointing back. If the shape of the wings is different, the air current from them will cause a disturbance and will cause the bird to slow down and reduce its speed, but sharper wings reduce the resulting turbulence, and directing the wings back increases the aerodynamic shape, which increases the speed of the bird. In order to gain speed and the element of surprise, the peregrine falcon climbs to the top, and when it sees a group of prey, it begins to descend and flaps its wings to gain more speed. Finally, the peregrine falter directs its wings back to perform the so-called swoop, which is a streamlined shape that cuts the air and reaches speed of up to 389 kilometers per hour. And as it approaches the prey, it spreads its wings to reduce its speed, then hunts its prey in the air. One of the things that enables the peregrine falcon to swoop at such crazy speeds is the bony tubercles in its nostrils, as it is assumed that when the peregrine swoops at such a tremendous speed, its lungs explode due to the amount of air. But what happens is the exact opposite, as when it encounters a fast current, this makes it difficult for him to breathe, and this is called the Bernoulli effect, since the fast air stream has low pressure. And the same thing will happen to you if you take your head out of a car traveling at high speed. It will make it difficult for you to breathe, because the breathing process depends on the transmission of air from high pressure to low pressure. But the presence of the bony tubercles reduces the wind speed, and thus the peregrine falcon is able to breathe during the attack at these very high speeds. Hence, after the Second World War, the interest in making high-speed aircraft increased, but they faced an obstacle at high speeds, as the engine did not take enough air to perform professionally and the engine suffocated. So, they were inspired a new shape for the air inlet from the bony tubercles of the falcon, where they added a conical body to reduce the speed of the air and deliver enough oxygen to the engine. Human eyes have 3 color receptors: green, red and blue, while peregrine falcons have 4. The 4th receiver enables him to see in the ultraviolet field and see things we can't even imagine. The eye of the peregrine falcons is also very large regards to its size. make them see at a very wide range. If our eyes were the same size, each of them would be 7.5 centimeters wide and weigh 1.8 kilograms each, and we could see a rabbit running about 17 football fields away. The peregrine falcon becomes able to mate when it reaches its first year, and remains faithful to its partner throughout its life. They meet annually in the mating areas and are very hostile during that period, whether with other peregrine falcons or from their other enemies, the bald eagle, the two-horned owl, foxes and wolves.